Dave Neilson, Fantasy Sports Giant, coming back to you from the Man Cave to give you my fantasy preview for Week 3, 2017, and who's going the pay window. That's right, 5 diamonds in the rough, guys who should put up some pretty big numbers this week that usually you wouldn't expect to. First off, we're going to go with quarterback Jay Cutler going against the New York Jets. I think it's a favorable matchup for him. Obviously, they're pretty bad against the run, but I think Cutler can get it done through the air as well. I think 250 yards and 2 scores for Cutler definitely can happen this week. Then we're going to go with running back Chris Johnson going against the Dallas Cowboys. You saw what C.J. Anderson did last week. I think Johnson can get 100 yards and a score in this game. He is in a crowded backfield with Kerwin Williams and Andre Ellington. However, I think Johnson made the most of his opportunities last week, so I think he will be the starter this week for the Arizona Cardinals. Then we're going to go with wide receiver Tywan Taylor. Corey Davis out this week for the Tennessee Titans. I like Tywan Taylor. He's going to fill in the number 3 role. I think a lot of attention will be paid to Eric Decker and Rashard Matthews, and I think that's going to open things up for Taylor. I like him against the Seattle Seahawks. Then I'm going to go with running back Jamal Charles going against the Buffalo Bills. I think this game could get out of hand early. I think that's going to open things up for Charles. I think in the second half, he could get some things done against the Buffalo Bills. I like Charles this week in a flex role in your fantasy football leagues. And finally, I'm going to go with Rashard Higgins for the Cleveland Browns. Last week had 95 yards against the Baltimore Ravens. He is now a starter for the Cleveland Browns with Corey Coleman getting injured and with a broken hand. He is out till early November. This week, I think Higgins gets 100 yards and a score against the Indianapolis Colts. And also, if you want to dig deep, look at O.J. Howard, tight end for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think he's going to be utilized a lot this week. I think Winston's going to have to get rid of that ball early, and I think O.J. Howard benefits the most. So get him in there as well. This has been Dave Neilson, your Fantasy Sports Giant. Jay Cutler, Chris Johnson, Tywan Taylor, Jamal Charles, Rashard Higgins, and if you want to dig deep, O.J. Howard. This has been Dave Neilson, your Fantasy Sports Giant.